What's up, everybody? It's your girl, DJ Sirena, here at Mako Radio 88.5 FM WKPX. And we are currently in the booth here in the Grotto. And we have a very, very special guest and a very special segment for you. So stick around and let's get on to it. So, my friend, could you please present yourself?
Yeah, I'm Hariz, and I'm a pop singer from Los Angeles, California.
LA, and now you're in Florida. How does it feel that you're like in a different state completely?
Fun. I've been to Florida a couple times. Definitely when it wasn't this humid.
Yeah.
But I've never had a bad time, so I'm expecting that to continue.
Okay. And so I have to ask, so you're a singer, a pop singer, but I know that you're also trained in some other things. So do you want to share? Do you want to just like show off?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't need to flex, but, so yeah, no, I did classical piano since I was like 4, and did that all the way up until I was 18. And so technically I am, like certified professional classical pianist. And yeah, that was kind of that was my fun thing. I learned how to play drums, learned how to play guitar.
So what? That's like 3 instruments so far?
So
plus
far.
the voice, 4?
Sure. I like that you count that. I know a little bit of violin, but don't test me.
Okay, so like a 4.5 maybe?
Let's do that.
Okay.
Does like the harmonica count? I just went and bought one from a
Can you play it, or is it just like noise?
Isn't music noise?
No, but it's like tune noise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But valid. Okay, sure. So I guess the harmonica adds the other half. So now you have 5.
There you go. I'll take it.
Good for you. So I was reading, for those of you who don't know Hariz, not only is he classically trained, but you've also been like given awards for what you've done.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that? I mean, it's so interesting to like read on the history of Hariz.
Yeah. So I started writing songs, and then as I did more songs and like presented them to people within the industry, I started getting in bigger rooms. And then eventually I went into this like ASCAP writing camp. Okay. That ended up in me getting my first actual songwriting award. So I got, I think it was called the Harold Adamson Lyric Award in Pop Music for 2017 or 2018, something like that.
Just a small little award.
One of those things. Yeah. So that was really cool. And that super jump started my career in getting to much bigger rooms with a lot of, pretty big artists, big songwriters. And, more and more things just kind of started coming my way. And, I mean, so that's kind of where I'm at so far.
Right. So you're classically trained, but you do pop. I have to ask, like, what are the musical influences then versus now that have made you Hariz?
There's a good amount from, I would say, the 70s and 80s. Okay. But the classical music isn't really so much of like an influence on what I'm doing. It's more as it gives me a structured basis of like music theory. Right, exactly. And so I know what kind of chords are gonna give a certain kind of effect, or I know different voicings to give like different instruments, so that's kind of the basis of where the classical music goes in. Okay. But the rest of the kind of influences come pretty much from everywhere. I grew up in a house that always played music. Okay. Even though my family's not in the industry at all. Mm-hmm. But everything from Lionel Richie to the Eagles to REO Speedwagon to Nirvana to Rihanna to Maroon 5. I mean, you name it, it was literally playing throughout. So I don't really like to say like I grew up on just this because it was pretty much everything. And had I not had that, then I don't think I would be where I mentally am as far as music.
I feel like all of us have like a soundtrack to our lives, and I have to ask, like, what's yours?
Oh man, that's a great question.
If it's too hard, do 3, because I feel like with more options it'll be a little bit easier.
Okay, well, I'll give you this. Hotel California is by far one. The Wall, or Another Brick in the Wall, Pink Floyd. And then She Will Be Loved, Maroon 5.
Wow. Okay. That's like if I had to say like a color to those 3, it's like red. Does that make sense?
Yep. Well,
it's like
guitar's red, piano's red. Got a lot of red.
Anyway, so is red your favorite color?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been since I was a kid. It switched to blue for a minute, but then I was like, no, let's go back to roots. Done.
Okay. So you're repping the Star Wars merch today. Are you a Star Wars fan?
Huge. You have no idea.
Okay. Have you been able to go to Hollywood Studios here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I went back in October. Went to the Star Wars land here, and then also went to the one, obviously, back in LA. Mm-hmm. Built my lightsabers twice. Went and bought more. I'm a Star Wars fiend. I can't stop watching. Literally, it's my go-to show when I'm just like, I need something to relax to. Yeah.
So is that how you unwind when you're not touring and not listening to music?
Yeah.
Playing?
I think that, and sometimes video games.
Okay.
I used to play a lot more during the pandemic. Because I mean, like,
as
what else
everyone,
were you gonna do,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Wrote a lot. Did those virtual concerts and festivals a lot, which were great, but not great.
Did you see like sorry, I have
no,
to.
No, you're fine. Go for it.
They were doing like Roblox concerts. Like one of my it was literally insane, and I am not ashamed to say I attended one.
For who?
A K-pop group.
Which one?
NCT 127. They're really good.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, NCT 127. It was so funny. They had like a whole literally.
How many people are? Sorry, that was my phone.
9. But they're
9 people.
9 people, but they're a part of a. Sorry. Oh my goodness, this is gonna turn a K-pop segment. 9 people, but there's actually 23 members, and they divided into like subunits. Yeah, it's awesome. Like you like could literally like pick your Ken essentially.
Oh, this is a whole world I'm not. Okay. All right. Yep. I got you. I'm going to pick number 4.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I got it. Johnny.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But you know what? You made the face, but like Star Wars has like so much. Like there's so much lore.
Yeah, no,
it's like there's so much lore.
That's fair.
If I were to jump into it today, like I'd be like, huh?
All right, so then where would you tell me to like I know where I would tell you to start if you're going to watch Star Wars. Where would you start where would you tell me to start if I was going to be like, all right, start me on K-pop? Like cuz I already know the major groups like BTS.
Uh-huh.
Like where would you say like, okay, if you want to dive into the world of K-pop, where would you go?
NCT 127, and
okay.
I would give you like a music video. It's called Black on Black, and it's like all of the members dancing together, but they divide it into the units, so you could like see each.
Do all
group.
Those units have individual names? I mean, like so individual groups, but do they ever all perform together?
Yes, which is actually happening right now in Seoul. I don't even want to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's no. It's actually really cool. Like they have like different groups that tour. And oh my goodness. Anyways, it's wonderful.
It seems like you are a little bit of a K-pop fan.
I used to be more of a K-pop fan, but ever since, like, I feel like when you work in music, like, you get opened up into the world of music. So I became more, like, I listen to everything.
Gotcha.
Do you know what music directing is? Like, being a music director? Okay. I was that, like, literally the whole summer. So, like, I didn't have time to listen to K-pop because I was, like, listening to, like, everybody. Which, by the way, I got to listen to this little artist. He's called Hariz. He's kind of cool. And he, like, recently, right, is on tour with Jake.
Yeah.
And then he's going on tour again with another Jake. Jake Squared.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy? A Jake explosion.
Oh, just wait. So I call my best friend, Jackson's here with us in the studio.
Hi, Jackson.
He's my best friend since 7th grade. I grew up calling him Jake. And I had to change calling him Jake for this tour specifically.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of fun. I did a tour in April with a group called Fly By Midnight.
Okay.
And both of it's a duo, and both of their names are Justin, and my first name is Justin.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Isn't Hariz your last name?
It is.
Do you know the meaning of it?
No.
Does it have a meaning?
Me.
Okay. No, you are. No, that's really valid. That's really valid.
Yeah.
You are the representation. Like
exactly.
You made it your own.
It's the brand.
You but you and your twin brother.
Yes.
What's his name?
Shane.
Okay.
Here we're really getting to my history. Are you ready, guys? You're gonna laugh about this. Ready? My dad's name is Sam. My mom's name is Susan. My sister's name is Samantha. My brother's name is Shane. I'm Justin. Why am I the only one that has a J? Okay. But yeah, no. They're all really happy and fantastically proud of the fact that I'm taking our last name and being like, okay, none of you guys can use it. It's mine now.
It's mine. Have they been out to your shows in multiple stops or just one?
A couple and multiple. So my sister's out East Coast right now for college. And so she's come to like a Boston show and a New York show. My brother obviously has come to the LA shows, and so has my mom and my dad. And I was trying to fly out my brother for one of the shows here, but he couldn't make it just because work and all that. But they definitely come to shows, which is great. But, life gets in the way.
Right.
It's okay. Videos, pictures, they'll get the vibe.
Also, you're like going on tour like right after this, so there's like a way
there's
more
chance.
There's
a lot more shows.
Yeah.
I'm not planning on stopping touring anytime soon. It's kind of where I find myself. So the more shows I do, the better I feel.
Right. What would you say is your message as the artist that you are to the world?
Why I got into music, period, was because I feel like the more we are connected as far as like technology, and we have the ability to like really get the attention of many people at any point in time, I feel like we're very disconnected emotionally. You and I, like, let's say you didn't know me and I was like, I'm a separate third person.
Right.
You and I attend Hariz's concert. I'll sing a song about love, or I'll sing a song about breakups, or like sing songs about whatever. And it'll be happy, sad. You'll feel happiness. I'll feel happiness. We have different experiences of that, but at the same time, we have that same basis of the same emotion. Therefore, we're connected.
Yeah.
That's one. And number two, I think that there's lack of experiences of our normal lives that we don't really talk about too much in the pop world. And for example, like I have a song called Better to Lie. And that one was written, I went into a session, and what's like the first thing, like even when I walked in today, right? Like, hi, how are you? Good, right? Is like the first automatic answer, but that may not necessarily be true. But that's like the defense that we have, because we think, oh, like we don't want to waste this person's time with what, we're saying or what we're feeling. Exactly. So I did Better to Lie in that exact essence. I was like, oh my God, wait, actually I'm like, I walked in that session, they were like, how are you? I'm like, good. I'm like, actually I'm not. But I like, and I kind of went into a like little ramble, and then we're going to write a song about this today.
Yeah.
And so that's like one aspect of life. All these experiences that we all do have that may seem so menial, but are so important. And so that's kind of where my other goal is. But I would say again, my highest tier goal is to make people realize how interconnected we are, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, no matter how different we may appear or seem,
I think that you, as somebody who's a creative, like first and foremost, you really have done a great job of highlighting the awkwardness of like breakups and the awkwardness of like those relationships that sometimes we don't talk about, because like something, I don't know, like I kind of going back to that demographic thing, like all of us are in this awkward young adult stage, and we're going through like really, really like some great experiences, like some of our like perks of being a wallflower moment, like have you seen that movie?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that like scene where Emma Watson is like just like on top of the world?
Oh yeah.
Okay, we have those moments, but then we also have like those awful moments that are like awkward, and a lot of them are caused by relationships. So
there's also the in between.
Yes.
Sometimes you're not on top of the world, and sometimes you're not at the
you're just
rock
there.
Bottom. You're just kind of there, and you're like
wallflower.
There you go.
No, but I think that having somebody who can, because music is the best way to voice what's going on. I 100% believe like music just explains things that sometimes like words like without the music like will not suffice. So I think that you, as somebody who wants to explain like the interconnectedness, but also like highlight the experiences people are having, is like so important. Especially for this age group. Like it's really cliche, but it also is like not like people want to feel
life is cliche. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't.
Yeah.
Like again, like even that thing, it's like, why is cliche a bad thing? It's not. I'm a cheesy guy. I accept it fully. I don't care. It's all part of, life, and it's good to be cheesy, and sometimes you're not, and the deepest things are cheesy, and sometimes the cheesiest things are deep.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
Mic drop. A bar. So let's talk about, we talked about songs. We talked about like what, I guess the purpose of the music that you're making is like, what's the purpose? But you have a bunch of like new and upcoming things going on.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that?
Well, obviously we said a little bit about the tour that's coming up after this. So
Jake Miller.
Oh yeah. Going to be a super fun tour. Going out with him again. Super cool guy, super great team. And then on top of it, I have a new song coming out. I believe, I want to double check the date right now, because if I tell you the wrong date, that would suck. It comes out on the 8th, I believe, called Without You.
Okay.
And so I think this is the first.
The 8th
of September. Sorry.
Okay.
I realized that I didn't even say the month. Yeah, so it's coming out the 8th of September.
Let's go.
It's called Without You. And what's been really fun is I've been able to play that on this tour and kind of get a taste of how everyone's
likes it. Yeah.
And
it's fire.
It's going to be a bop. That's for sure. Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
That's awesome. I feel like we are... Okay, so we just like... Summer for us, at least like for me, like summer is ending. Like I literally start classes Monday. So tomorrow.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know. Crazy. Sad face. But...
What year are you going to?
I'm my junior year.
Okay.
Yeah. But with that being said, like summer anthems are like ending and now we're going into like this fall season. So like we need fall music. Like I desperate. So is this a summer anthem or a fall season starter? You gotta let me know.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think definitely it'll carry out the summer.
Okay.
But like
it's like a bookend.
It's like kind of a bookend. So the song is like literally it's I'm doing better without you.
Oh.
And I'll give you the story behind it if you want. But like, I feel like the summer is like when you start kind of feeling more free. Like if I'm imagining like seasons as a relationship,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Winter is like the cozy up, cuddle with someone kind of vibe, you know? Like that kind of, I feel like that's cuffing season, right? It's like winter. And then like.
Really? Okay.
I don't know. I feel like that. And then like January, February, March, April is like February is like Valentine's Day, but like sometimes people like break up.
Dude, February
with people before Valentine's Day.
Oh my goodness.
That and then like summer is like, all right, I got my summer vibes
hot girl,
going,
hot
and then
girl
you
summer.
realize like, okay, wow, I'm doing so much better without this person, and so that's kind of the essence of the song. I wrote that song. I hadn't seen my ex in 2 years, and then all of a sudden we came across each other, and she made a comment to one of my cousins that was like, because she's also a songwriter. I'm like, I'm totally calling her out. I don't care. And she, like my cousins met her for the first time because we happened to be in the same place at the same time. Okay. Literally it was like a crazy accident.
It was crazy. Ugh.
All right, and he goes, what do you do? She's like, I'm a songwriter. She goes, oh, have you written of any of Justin's songs? She goes, no, but a lot of them are about me. And I went, all right, you want another one? Here you go. So that's Without You guys. So that's gonna be fun.
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
It's gonna be a good time.
I honestly felt retweet. What is it? Retweet. It's not
Rex.
No. Rex.
I guess.
Huh.
Repost. Whatever it is. Reblog.
I felt that though. And that's the type of representation that we need.
Yeah.
And you know what? You are doing great. And it's amazing to see how like fast you're growing. Like you're like this tour. I mean, just seeing like the clips from it, it seems like it's out of this world.
Oh yeah.
You know, and not a lot of people get that type of reception.
No, so, I feel super honored and blown away at the fact that everyone has been so like loving. You know, I've done other tours where, you know, you're really fighting for an audience because you know that they're there for the headliner, and that's okay. You know, that's just how it is. But the way that I've kind of altered and made my focus on my live shows is I don't want like, I don't want to be just someone who sings at you. So my shows are very interactive.
Dope.
I'll teach you the words if you don't know them. I'll have you moving around, dancing, whatever it needs to be, so that, like, for the little half an hour that I'm doing before you want to watch your guy, it's like we're having a time together already, and then all of a sudden, you know, you continue that into Jake. But it's become even more than that. It's like now it's really starting to feel like, I mean, you know, props all to Jake for letting me do this, but it really feels like, you know, it's becoming my show and then his show, you know, and that's super amazing. Yeah.
That's so important. I've been to many concerts that, like, it just feels like you're watching a screen, if that makes any sense. And it's very, like, disconnected. And I even, like, maybe I shouldn't have, but I definitely went to some concerts during COVID, like, once it was ending. And
I feel like people did that too.
And it was insane because it really was like, I'm just watching a screen with like 40x speakers, like, blasting out my face. But when you're there and, like, the energy and the ambiance in the room is just out of this world, that is first and foremost created by whoever's up on stage. And that is so important to, like, you know, be receptive, because 100%. It goes both ways. You know, if, like, if I have somebody who's, like, not singing at me but singing with me and, like, getting me, like, oh, so good. It becomes
an experience rather than a show. And I think like someone who's really good at that is Taylor Swift. You know, the experience starts before she's even on stage. People are trading bracelets. People are, you know, like, so it's a culture that she's created. And that's something I try to learn by and be like, okay, how can I create what kind of culture I'm looking for? You know, I try to be as much of a positive person as I can be. It's just naturally where I am. Obviously, I'm not positive all the time, but, you know, for the most part, I try and leave people with that kind of impression. And so that's my gear. That's my goal, is like, for the half an hour that I'm there, can we forget about every issue that's going on in the world, whether it's your personal life, whether it's your, you know, professional life, whatever it may be, but just for that half an hour, and then for the hour after that Jake goes on, you know, can we provide some kind of solace, some kind of relaxation on everything that might be holding you down, weighing you down.
I think that first of all, thank you so much for coming here to NSU Mako Radio.
No, thank you.
We've had like such a blast. We've talked about music, we've talked about friends, we've talked about, like, those awkward situationships. And I think that that's a really beautiful way to close, the fact that, like, in that room, like, it's just you and your fans, and even the people who don't know you yet, like, it's gonna be you guys.
It's new friends.
Tonight,
That's all.
And tonight's gonna be amazing.
You're
gonna be at Revolution Live. You're gonna be playing all your hits. By the way, if I don't hear cross my mind, I'm fighting. But yeah, that I told everybody, I was like, I need to hear that. But anyways, that was an interview with Hariz. Do you want to give an intro? Want to say anything to the camera? Anything you want to say out into the world?
I just want to keep you guys in anticipation. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are super awesome, and I can't wait to come back and do this all over again, and maybe whenever time I can.
Let's go. Woo. What's up, everybody? You thought it was over. It's not. We have a very exclusive, fun set by Hariz, and he's about to surprise us with some incredible tunes here in the Grotto. So let's go!
Ready?
I'm ready.
Of you that used to harm me. Oh, got back on my grind, guess the best just behind. Forgot all the times I kept on calling. I used to be sedated, always kept hesitating. You left me devastated. How could you leave so cold? Nights that I stayed up waiting, nights that I end up wasted. Don't bother me anymore. Don't bother me anymore. When I'm waking up, when I'm getting drunk, I talk about love, Lord. about all the places that we used to meet in. Oh, and when I go home, no, I don't feel alone. When I'm in the bed we used to sleep in, I used to be sedated, always kept hesitating. You left me devastated. How could you leave so cold? Nights that I stayed up waiting, nights that I end up wasted. Don't bother me anymore, don't bother me anymore. Hey, when I'm waking up and I'm getting drunk, I talk about love alone.
So that was
Crossing My Minds. Sorry, I'll do that for you.
Crossing the minds.
That was Cross My Mind. Yeah, nice little fun bop. Yeah, and then second one I got for you guys is the new single. It's gonna come out in 2.5 weeks, something like that.
Let's go.
Ready? Good to go?
Are you?
No.
Got it.
Last time you said I'd never see you again, and you said what you said like a man. But here we are on this rooftop. You come on talking like we're still friends. And I can't say I don't think about you, all the good and the bad and the in between. Won't say what I want, though I want to. Just know if you ever ask me, I'm doing better without you. I'm doing better without you. I'm doing better without you. Oh, I'm doing better without you. No. I told my new girl about you, and we couldn't help but laugh about it. And maybe right there is the difference, 'cause I know if you were in her shoes, yeah, you wouldn't even smile. Yeah, I doubt it. Yeah, I doubt it, doubt it, doubt it. And the truth is I still think about you, all the good and the bad and the in between. Won't say what I want, do I want to. Just know if you ever ask me, I'm doing better without you. Oh, I'm doing better without you. I'm doing better without you. I'm doing better without you. No. Hey, won't say what I want to. Just know, I'm doing better without you. I'm doing better without you. Won't say what I want to. Just know, I'm doing better without you. I'm doing better without you. And the truth is I don't think about you, not the good or the bad or the in between. Won't say what I want, though I want to. Just know if you ever ask me. There we go. Thank you guys.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it's a nice little fun bop.
It
That
came
was-
from the soul. I
Yeah.
can see. I can
felt
feel it.
I
I
felt
can feel it.
that.
It's when it's a true story, guys.
JT.
I got one more in me if you guys want.
Does your voice have it in it?
Oh, yeah. This is actually helping me warm up.
Okay,
So I'm starting to see where I'm having my little issues. Okay. This is good. So.
Tornadoes, you're seeing rainbows. That it would be a month or two before you found somebody new. You didn't even wait though. Oh, heaven was just 'cause we were perfect and more. Yes, it was all just a calm before the storm. Summer day when my clouds ain't leaving. Sun is out but I'm in here freezing. Thunder shaking my walls and ceiling. Wasn't ready for break-up season. Where were all of the signs and warnings? I don't know where it started falling. Was it too hard to give a reason? Just a victim of break-up season. Yeah. Oh, I almost got my finger open because I keep playing the strings like this instead of this.
I'm a big dummy sometimes.
This has been an interview with Hariz!
Never mind.